Hello and welcome. This is Sal Summers here with SS Multimedia. Today, we're going to be talking about dividing unit fractions by non-zero whole numbers. Alright, so now let's go over our objective. So our objective is I can divide unit fractions, divide unit fractions by non-zero whole numbers. Okay, let's go through this. Number one is divide, right? We should all know what dividing is. Unit fractions are any fractions with a numerator of 1. So, if you have 1/12th, unit fraction, 1/4th, unit fraction, 1/100th, unit fraction. And then by non-zero whole numbers, right? What is that? Well, that's a whole number that is non-zero. So, this is not a non-zero whole number because it is 0. 1, 2, 3, 10, 22, all those are non-zero whole numbers. So basically, any whole number other than 0. Okay? Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with an example, and there's going to be two ways to solve how to divide a unit fraction by a non-zero whole number. So we're going to be going through both of those ways. Okay, so we're going to start off with an example for the first one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with it. So we have 1/3 divided by 4. First step, okay, you'd multiply the denominator by the whole number. So you have 1/3 times 4, right? Not 5 times. Bad. You have 1/3 divided by 4, right? You're going to multiply 3 by 4, okay? And then you're going to create a chart. So, we have 3 by 4, or not 3 by 4, 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So you're going to create an array or chart that has 12 boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here, okay? Probably not going to be straight lines, so it might take just a wee bit here, but it will end up being okay. Okay is all we need. That's okay. Just gonna get this part done. There you go. That's okay. Okay, now we're not gonna waste time making the table, right? So now we're just gonna go ahead and dive in. Okay? So what is 1/3 of this? Okay, what is 1/3 of this? Well, that would be this much. Right, so if you colored all this in, that much would be 1/3. So I'm just going to circle that part right there. Okay, that is 1/3 of 12, right? Of 12 twelfths. This represents 12 twelfths, and this is 4 twelfths. So 4 twelfths is 1/3 of 12 twelfths. Okay? And now you have to think. Okay. Now we have to do the divided by 4 part. So this doesn't really have anything to do with solving. This just helps us make our array. So I'm going to cross that out, okay? Because I'm not erasing this because you still want to remember that why we did it. So now you do 1/3 divided by 4, right? And as you can see, 1/3 is 4 twelfths, right? So now you have 1, 2, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So 4 divided by 4 equals 1, right? So this one should be the only one colored in, right? So now we have 1 out of, how many is this, right? This whole thing, that was a very, 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 very sad circle. I'm going to draw that again. See if I get a better result this time. There you go. This whole thing is 12. So 1/12 is our answer. So 1/3 divided by 4 equals 1/12. So that's the first way, okay? And this way is really not meant to actually solve. This is a way meant to show you how the second way works and why we're doing it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the second way. So we have 1/3 divided by 4 again. Okay, now we're going to do this. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to turn this into 1/4 and multiply these. So from 1/3 divided by 4, you're going to turn that into 1/3 times, right? Or times, if you want to draw it like that, times 1/4, right? And whatever you get here is your answer. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 4 is 12. 1/12. You got the same answer, but much, much quicker. Okay? So now I'm going to, I know this title says way to example, but I'm going to do one more here. Okay, to make sure you guys really understand. So it's going to be another simple one, right? Let's do, let me get white. 1/2 divided by, let's do 3. Okay, the reason I'm doing low numbers is because I don't want to draw a really big chart. Okay, so let's get ourselves some room here. Okay, so I'm going to get my, let's use blue this time. Okay, so we're going to let's do this. We have 1/2 divided by 4. 2 times 3, right? 2 times 3 is 6. So let's make a chart of 6. And this shouldn't be too hard. Come on, there you go. Of course, it's hard for me because, like, I'm not good at this. But other than that, it shouldn't be too hard, right? Now, we have how much of this is 1/2. So let's take red here and let's color that in. 1/2 of this would be this much, right? Because that would equal 1/2 of the whole thing, right? But now you have to figure out, okay, what is this 1/2 divided by 3? Okay, so let's count how many there is. So we have, sorry, wrong color. We have 1, 2, 3. So 3 of these divided by 3 equals 1. So this one would be the only one colored in, right? So this ends up equaling 1/6. Okay, so this equals 1/6. Okay, but now say, I didn't want to do that. Okay, now I want to figure out a way to do this quicker. And there's that way. Now that's the way that we did. This is the second way. The title of this page is, right? So what we're going to do 1/2 divided by 3. I'm going to convert that into 1/2 times 3, or 1/3. But if we want to write times like this, it's okay too, right? And now it should again be simple. 1/6. There you go. Same answer, less work, right? So this also equals 1/6. Okay. So now that we understand both the ways, let's go ahead and move on to problem time. Okay, and for problem time, I want you to use the second way, right? Because that's way quicker to solve a problem. But for one of these, I want you to use the first way as well, so you can understand how the process works. Okay? So a quick summary of the first ones. The way 1 is to show you the process that goes into way 2, right? It tells you why we convert this into a unit fraction. Okay, so those are the 2 ways or 4. Okay, so let's go. I want you to pause the video and give it a go yourself. See what you get. Alright, so I'm assuming that you paused the video. Now I'm going to check your answer. So for one of them, I'm going to use red. The other, I'm going to use blue. Okay, so 1/3 divided by 5. I'm going to convert that to 1/3 times 1/5, right? Or if you want to write it like this. So we have 1 times 1, and 3 times 5 is 15. Okay? And if you use the way 1 for this, you would know that you would have gotten the same answer using the chart. Okay, I just do this one because, well, it's quicker and a lot less work, but you get the same results. Okay? So this equals 1/5. Okay? Second, we have 1/5 divided by 2. So 1/5 divided by 2, right? We're going to convert that to 1/5 divided by 1/2. Okay? And now I'm realizing I did that wrong. Oh no. That is not divided by, it is multiplied by. right? Otherwise, that would not be right. So, times. So 1 times 1, right? Or 1/5 times 1/2. Right? Now we're going to solve. 1 times 1 equals 1. 5 times 2 equals 10. So our answer here is 1/10. And we got that pretty quickly, right? So if either one of these you used your chart, right, or way 1, you would have gotten the same answer you got here. Okay, so I would recommend using the way 1 every once in a while to remind yourself why you are converting it into a unit fraction. Okay, but for the majority, I want you to use the way 2 because it's quicker and it helps a lot more. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell. See you in the next one.